Hey everybody, I hope everyone's having a great day today. It's beautiful here in sunny PA. Um, so many of you have probably heard that Nike has been hard gated or restricted. So if you're new here, gated means you cannot sell the brand on Amazon. But what you can do is apply to sell the brand, and what you can show is, and there's lots of ways to get ungated. You purchase 10 units and you give them an invoice, and there's a detailed report that you bought this from a reputable supplier, and there's lots and lots of videos how to do this. So some brands are hard gated, restricted. You cannot sell them. You cannot apply to sell them. I think Apple might be one, things of that nature. Where many times Amazon's the only allowed seller. They've worked out with the brand. I believe Clinique is a new one where they have a deal with Amazon. You cannot apply, third-party sellers cannot sell Clinique. So this has happened to Nike. Now, third-party sellers can still sell it. But what they stopped is allowing new sellers to be able to sell the item or to apply to it. And a lot of other people in the Amazon space came out with a few theories. One is that they want to clean up a lot of the listings. And one is that they're going to allow people who were grandfathered in to sell them. So if they clean up the listings, they would slowly allow new sellers to sell them. Another one is that they really are they're going to kick all the third party sellers off. First, they stop the new people from applying, and then over a period of time, they'll let people sell out of their stock, and that either Nike or Amazon will be the only seller, and they will purchase through Nike. Now, most people think this is unlikely to be true. I mean, I certainly hope not, and but it is completely possible. But the reason that's unlikely is because I guess Nike's already publicly stated like they used to sell to Amazon and they wanted to go more direct to consumer. So they'd rather, obviously, there's much less fees if you purchase it through Nike.com than if they have to give Amazon, 30% of the fees. So they've been trying to really push, many of these brands try to push you to the website, and which saves them a ton in fees. So they have not really voiced this. So like I said, we're kind of still waiting here. It very much, we had a hard restriction. I guess they kicked a lot of Adidas sellers off the listing and then they let everybody reapply. We're kind of still in the waiting period. Chris Grant did a great little podcast on it where he kind of went through a lot of the theories behind it. And these things do happen. It could be so most of Amazon is also done through algorithms. So it's called bots going crazy, where they'll put in a thing like I said to kind of clean up the listings, and they go overboard. They overstretch and they kick a lot of sellers off the listing. And then within a few days, like they did with Adidas, they kicked a lot of sellers off the listing, and then they slowly allowed them to come back on. So like I said, we're kind of in the wait and see game. What can we learn from this? We can learn there are so many, and this is what he pointed out. There are sellers with over 1,000 ASINs, so 1,000 separate listings for just Nike products. And when you are so over leveraged in one brand, it can be very dangerous if for some reason that brand becomes restricted. We saw this again with Clinique, I think Neutrogena, and Kiehl's. Kiehl's was another one that always was very, very popular with resellers. So if you had really relied on a lot of your business going through Kiehl's, and then all of a sudden, boom, that avenue is gone. It's important to stay diversified in this business. It's important to stay nimble. It's important to constantly be looking at other products, other brands. So people often get, especially in this, but in general, and I'm guilty of all these things that I'm pointing out. I'm trying to help a new seller not do this. People get lazy. They have Nike as a great brand, so they only source Nike. They're really good at sourcing Nike, and they don't really look out for, let's say, the grocery category. And there's so many great opportunities. One thing I did notice, and I want to say this personally, I think I had one authenticity complaint in like 5 years. So this is when the seller says this is a counterfeit or inauthentic item. And you can fight these. There's lots of great videos. How you say, look, I bought this through Nike.com. You show paperwork. And they say, okay, this was a mistake. And I had like 2 in a week, which I found and they were resistant to my paperwork, even though I bought them through Nike.com. They eventually allowed it, but the point was I had gone from 1 in 5 years to 2 in a week. I think it was 2, or it might have been 3, and they actually suspended my Nike listings. Then they put them back on. So I'm not sure. Other people have pointed out recently that Amazon has jumped on a few Nike listings for a short period of time. So that is a theory that they were kind of testing the waters. Again, Chris Grant had a great podcast where they went through a few of these theories. And the truth is, we're just not going to know until about a month or 14 days goes by. Because usually then they release more details. So that's all I have for today. I hope you learned something. If you know what the heck is going on, drop a comment down below. Let us know. See ya.